everyone and welcome back to the Game Panda. Today we are playing some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and today we've got a deck that will help you in ladder, KC Cup, whatever it is. If you hate Blue Eyes, if you hate Raging Pendulum, this is the deck for you. We got ourselves Buster Blader. Buster Blader is the deck for any dragon deck that you're fighting against, playing against. The only issue is it's very inconsistent. It's not like the most consistent deck, just because if you want to do anything, you need to have this card in your hand. Otherwise, it's not really going to work out. So Buster Whelp of the Destruction Sword, you need to have 3 copies of this. And even then, there's a good chance you're not going to have it in your starting hand, so you're not going to be able to fusion summon right off the bat or fusion summon at all. So having 3 copies is the best thing you can do. Then I run 2 Buster Blader, the Destruction Sword Master. We're running 3 regular Buster Bladers, 2 MSTs, 3 Destruction Swordman Fusion, which is how you're going to fusion summon, obviously. And the good thing about this is that you can use your opponent's side. So even if you don't have Buster Whelp, you can still fusion summon, but your opponent has to have a specific monster out there. So they have to have a dragon type, they have to have whatever it is for your fusions, and you have to have a Buster Blader in your hand or on the field. So there's that. We're running 2 Emblem of Dragon Destroyers. That's just allows for a search of Buster Blader. It comes in handy sometimes. We're running 2 Karma of the Destruction Swordsman. It's just a boost in attack points, and at the same time it helps you shuffle around your cards if you need to. You'll see what I mean later on once we actually start dueling, because all of these Destruction Swordman cards, all the spell cards at least, you can use them, then take them back into your hand by sending another card to the graveyard, which kind of helps in like the process of cycling cards. You'll see it later on in the duel. It kind of helps. We're running 2 Wall Disruptions and then 2 DNA Surgery. DNA Surgery basically allows us to make all of our opponent's monsters dragon types, because if you notice, Buster Blader gains 500 attack points for each dragon type, and the fusion monster gains 1,000 for dragon types. I mean, that's pretty good. And of course you want to run 3 Buster Bladers, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. Obviously he's a Dragon Destroyer, it's right in his name. Come on, if you don't like Blue Eyes or Raging Pendulum, this is the deck for you. Like, it just is. It is a little bit more expensive, but it's okay. Dark Paladin, we're running 1 of them just because there are times you face like Dark Magician and you can use Dark Paladin. Dark Paladin's pretty good. You still get the 500 per dragon type, so there's that. Then there's 1 Buster Dragon. Now Buster Dragon is very situational. If you don't have DNA Surgery out there, or if all your DNA surgeries get destroyed, or if you have nothing else, then Buster Dragon is your thing. Because it allows you, it's basically DNA Surgery built into it, and you can start special summoning Buster Bladers from your graveyard. The only downside to this is that you're going to have a fusion monster out there almost every time, but if it's Destroyer Swordsman, Dragon Destroyer Swordsman, you can't attack directly, so there is that. I don't have a skill for this because I am running Yugi, Moto, DSOD. There's not really anything you can play. I mean, maybe Warrior Sacrifice, but like, that's for Silent Swordsman, not what I thought it was. Hold on. There's something in here that's like kind of iffy, but like, I don't even know what it's called. There's an ability that kind of works, but it's not like crazy good, so I'm just deciding not to run an ability. But you can honestly run this with whoever you want and then choose the ability off of that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get ourselves right into a duel. I was going to say let's just battle in a regular thing, but I've decided let's go KC Cup, because there's a lot of Blue Eyes in KC Cup. So let's go ahead and play in some KC Cup, because I'm that confident in this deck. This deck is it's very fun. I enjoy it. Yami Yugi, okay, so please don't be Dark Magician. I have a feeling it's Dark Magician and we're going to be in so much trouble here. I was hoping for a Blue Eyes. Alright. He's got not a Dark Magician. Okay. This is a terrible starting hand, by the way. This is like awful. Can't do anything. Alright, come on, Whelp. That's not a Whelp. I needed a Whelp. Alright, we can activate it though. We can activate an emblem and get ourselves a Buster Blader to our hand. Then we can set a DNA Surgery and a Wall Disruption. And then let's actually just set the MST as well, because that way we can actually use it during our opponent's turn if we need to. But hopefully we're good. That's the issue that I find with this deck. It's very easy to like stall or brick. So that's like the big thing with this deck. I gotta figure out a way, whenever I do like a Road to King games with this, I gotta figure out a way that I can easily get Whelp in my hand, or have something that can search for it, because that's like the biggest issue. That's not what I wanted to see. Yeah, we're kind of just waiting out until we get a Whelp, or he shows us that he has a Dragon type or a Dark Magician. And even then, I've kind of set up my field so that way I can't activate the fusion unless he sets a spell card, so there's that as well. Yeah, this is not a good showing. There's that. Yeah, not a good showing of this at all, but despite this, we will win. Alright, we will win. Red Eyes Retro Dragon. Alright. So we're facing against a Red Eyes deck. I can do that. I can deal with that. We're gonna let it go through. We're gonna let it go through. It's okay. Red Eyes is another deck that this you know, strategy works well with, or against, I should say, not with. There's another Buster Blader. I don't need the Buster Blader. It might also be beneficial to maybe not run the 2 fake Buster Bladers. And yes, I'm calling this a fake Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordmaster, because we need his hand. Oh, we actually have to activate this now. Okay. So, if his name was Buster Blader in hand, that might change things. But the way that it is right now, it's not. So, it's not going to help us, really. Like, it doesn't help. But since we are playing a person who's using dragons, we are set to activate Wall to Fusion Summon. So we can use our Buster Blader 1, and then, yeah, we're going to use this Lava Dragon. So there's that. Beautiful. And then we can go ahead and activate that again, so we can bring this back into our hand. This is the shuffling I was talking about earlier, where we're able to just recycle the fusion cards and stuff. But let's go ahead and set that, so that way during our opponent's turn we can go ahead and fusion summon again. Then we're gonna go ahead and battle, have that nice piercing damage right there for the win. Bada bing bada boom, one shot. All right, so obviously that was not like the best showcase because I had to wait forever, and that's kind of my fault because I did have the fusion card early on, and I was lucky enough to be facing against someone who used a dragon deck. But what does this ability do? Born from the Earth, not a good one. Okay, but yeah, so not the best showing, but you guys saw that you can win fairly easily, and it was fairly quickly as well. I'm debating if I want to do another one. No, it's okay, it's fine. You guys kind of get the gist of it. You guys can see you can win with this deck. We didn't even use Whelp, but like Whelp is a commodity in this deck, okay? It's a hot commodity. If there were, this is where I wish that there were another card that could do this. This is the only dragon, and unless you have that, you can't fusion summon. So, you know, kind of got to get lucky like how I did where I was facing against the dragon archetype deck, or, you know, blue eyes, red eyes, whatever it is. You just got to get lucky like that. But let's go ahead and show you guys how to actually get these cards. Buster Whelp, you guys are going to get from Power of Bravery. 100% recommend 3 copies, so you're going to have to reset that box a lot. Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordmaster, you guys are going to get from Crimson Kingdom. Buster Blader, you guys are going to get from Crimson Kingdom, or the Sword of Paladin EX box. I'm pretty sure you can get some other stuff from here as well. Yeah, you get your Dark Paladin from here and 1 Buster Blader. So there's that, I guess. MST, you guys know, and Atomic Theory. The fusion card, Destruction Swordsman Fusion, Power of Bravery. So again, a lot of resetting for that. Emblem of Dragon Destroyer, you guys are going to get from Crimson Kingdom. Karma, the Destruction Swordsman. You guys didn't really get to see the cycling that you can do with this, but it's useful. You guys are going to get from Crimson Kingdom as well. Wall of Disruption, you guys know, Servants of Kings. And then DNA Surgery, you guys didn't get to see this in action either, but you guys get 1 from Level Up of Weevil Underwood, and then you get the other one from the Card Trader. I believe it is in his regular inventory, but don't quote me on that one. Buster Blade, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman, you guys can get from Crimson Kingdom as well, or use your box chips. I used one of my box chips before, because the 200 that were expiring, I used one of them for the fossil deck, and then I used one for this deck, so there's that. Dark Paladin, you guys are going to get from that EX box that I mentioned earlier, and then Buster Dragon, you guys get from Fantastic Arc. Obviously, these last two, Dark Paladin and Buster Dragon, aren't like required for the deck. It's just nice to have as like backups. I definitely do recommend running 3 of your Buster Blade or Fusion monsters, just because you're going to face a lot of trap cards that can destroy, or there's going to be a monster that can negate effects or something like that, and you're going to need something else to destroy it. But it's nice to have 3 copies, especially since you have 3 fusions, and you're not going to use all 3 because of cycling. But that's okay. So that's the Buster Blader deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys can destroy some dragons. Hopefully you guys have the same hatred as I do for Raging Pendulum. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.